Welcome to the Release to Shine podcast. I'm your host, Megan Wade, and today I have with me someone who has been here before. He's been here twice before. He is David Martin. David had some health challenges, and he wants to give us an update on where he is at this time. So I will bring him on to the screen with me and welcome David to our podcast.
Hello,
Welcome,
everybody.
David. Good to have you again.
Yes, good to be here. Extremely good to be here and alive and ticking.
Yes. David, there are individuals who will see this interview and they have not seen the other two. What do you want them to know about you?
David Martin is a stroke survivor and, as of date, also an open heart surgery survivor. So, when I say I'm alive and ticking, I am indeed alive and ticking because that's the sound my new valves make when the blood flows through it. A ticking sound. So, birds look at me funny. And I'm in good health, almost the best of health. And I am at this moment recuperating, and getting back to as best as health as I can, just having that downtime to revitalize.
Mhm.
Oh, I like the applause. So I had to agree to come back again because on the first podcast, I had reached out for help and I indeed got help. So I am here as the Samaritan, the 1 and 10, to give back thanks to all the people who helped, all the people who supported, all the people reached out with blood, sweat, and tears, literally. People gave blood that even the blood bank
Mm.
had sufficient for other people when it
Wow.
was done. And people dug deep in their pocket, worked overtime for me to get the funding necessary for the surgery. I never made my GoFundMe goal, but it was enough not only to help me get the surgery done, but also to help finance some of my aftercare, which I am actually enjoying at this moment. As you know, care is one thing, but aftercare is especially important as well. There are costs attached, transport and other testing, diagnostics, all of those things. So it has indeed been a blessing, and it would be remiss of me to just accept this blessing and not come back to say thanks to everybody and to God as well for sparing my life for
Mhm.
whatever purpose He has me for.
Yes. Your life has changed significantly. Do you want to share some of those things that you have to do to ensure that you get back to the best of health?
I did a double valve replacement surgery. So now I have two artificial valves, an aortal and mitral valve. Because they are prosthetic valves, they have to be under constant monitoring. So my diet has to be on point so that my blood does not thicken to the point where it can clog them. I have to ensure that my diet is watched like a hawk. I have to ensure that I don't get over an abundance of vitamin K, which is to me sad and counterproductive because I love fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
And vegetables contain a lot of vitamin K. So a lot of the things that I cannot eat will make anybody else overly healthy. I
Mm.
also have to, in this period, kind of be very disciplined in how I move about because I am still healing. The bone takes, I think, 8 weeks to heal. My scars have actually scabbed over and have been reabsorbed into my flesh. So if you look at me, you would not believe that I did heart surgery on the
Mm.
17th of last month because the scars are almost gone, but the bone is still healing. So I cannot be too strenuous with exercise or all of that. But other than that, I still have to go to clinic every, well, it's I haven't gotten a regular date and time, but I will go until I'm stable enough. I saw my cardiologist the other day and he gave me a 3 month return based on his assessment. And what I've learned is you get a longer return the more stable you are. So I am hoping that when I go to UA tomorrow, I'll get a longer return, which is a sign that I'm stabilized. I have stabilized and I'm stabilizing better and better. But in all, I am feeling good. I'm not in any sort of pain or discomfort. I had a cold on my chest, and that was causing me to cough a lot, which was very uncomfortable, painful at some points, but I'm being treated for that.
Mm-hmm.
But the x-ray shows that everything is okay. I don't have pneumonia or anything like that. And I'm indeed very thankful because God Himself has touched me and is working some great and wonderful miracles in me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, David. Give us a glimpse in your daily life, how you have to follow your daily plan.
Daily, I ensure that I get enough sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up early. I take the medications that I need to take to coat the stomach to accept the other set of medications because still have to take a lot of pills. Make sure that I have a good breakfast. I do my exercises in the morning, deep breathing exercising,
Mm-hmm.
because that is key. And I do a little bit of cardio exercises. So not because I have a new valve mean that I have to go slack on the cardio. I have to be very mild with it, but it's still necessary. I have to do a little bit of walking,
Mm-hmm.
sit to stands, etc., stretches, all those things. My primary caregiver, which is my daughter, she's very disciplined. So she ensures that I stick to routine. I eat on time and I am out of bed doing something. And I'm getting lots of sunshine, fresh air. Where I am, I can see the sea. I feel nice. I have a sense of well being. And it's just a healing mindset where I am right now. Peace, quiet, fresh air. And that is what I'm about today. I hope to perpetuate that as far as possible until I am back. I have no intention of running back into the rat race, but I know that if that's where God wants me, He will equip me to go back there and do my best.
Mm-hmm.
His purpose trumps my preference any day, and I'm
Absolutely.
here for His purpose. So,
Mm-hmm.
whatever purpose He has outlined for me, because He literally took me from the brink of death. Because during the surgery, they would have had to stop my heart to do the bypass so that I would be on a machine that would function as heart and lung. So they would have had to stop my heart and restart the heart. So, because it was open heart surgery, a very risky surgery, took 6 hours. And during all of that time, I would not have known anything until I got up in the ICU.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first set of people I'd like to thank are those people at UA, University of the West Indies Hospital in Jamaica here, took excellent care of me in the ICU unit. And on the ward, when I was moved to the ward, nurses there took wonderful care of me as well. I saw some things that would break the heart. I see nurses working overtime.
Mm-hmm.
My doctors came there and they were very young doctors too, very young men and women on the team of surgeons led by Dr. Stevenson that operated on me. One of them told me that their award is to see me go home well. So they were satisfied that I was okay to go home. That was their reward. I've seen nurses go above and beyond for patients.
Mm-hmm.
Seen them working late and very long hours. I saw one of my doctors on ward after 1 in the morning checking up on me. Popped in and he was there sleeping on ward because he was a doctor on call. I don't know if he had come and seen another patient, but I knew he was one of my doctors. And he was there sleeping at the nurse's station. So things like those have a profound impact on me. And
Yeah.
I know that the Lord was there. And I never ceased praying for my ward mates. And by the grace of God, none of them passed while I was there.
mhm,
And I did experience a lot of miracles. My church here, Adventist Church, the conference, the union, they went deep in helping me financially, sending people to come and check at me, upon me at the hospital, especially ASI North Jamaica. North Jamaica. People came and said, David, we're here to look for you. We're worried about you. And they took back messages to the group. So all of that support I got, and friends that came in, rallied around me, ensured that, because I didn't have my phone all the time with me and I wasn't on social media or anything. But those who visited, it meant a lot because it means a lot when people visit you at the hospital. And I encourage you, anybody that's at the hospital, don't wait until they're out before you attempt to find out about them. Go and visit them there, and that helps with the wellness process. So if it's anything, that was one of the major things that helped me to heal. The fact that people would come and look for me. And I would see them face to face, encourage me, touch me. Nurses would pray over me before going into surgery, and
mhm.
all of those things. Simple things, but with profound effects.
Very good. We need to have an applause for, and that applause is for the healthcare team, your church
Yes.
family, the community, all those who contributed in whatever way that you contributed. That applause was for you. So thank you. So, David, what's the way forward right now?
As you know, Megan, I'm not a lazy person.
Mhm,
And even though I am still seeking to see how I can get back into the normality of things after being out of the system for such a long time. Right now, the way forward is getting my daughter settled in school for September. As for myself, I intend to pursue further training to upgrade my skills. I've actually started to pursue certification that will enable me to teach in England,
mhm,
and I am going to do further certification to strengthen my skills, especially in like social media, marketing, and management. I don't intend to just sit down because I have a skill set, and I know that the Lord uses your skill set to reach others. So as long as He gave me these talents and skills, I'm going to improve upon them, and I'm going to see to it that I can be the best that I can. I don't want my talents to go into waste or just taking for granted that now I'm alive, I'm just going to relax out the rest of my days.
mhm,
God saves you for a purpose. He saves you for a purpose. It's my duty to find that purpose and to live for Him every single day as best as I can. Live life to the limit, to the hilt, so that He will be proud of me and as an example as well to others who may have gone through the same situation, gone through health issues, because there are a lot of people who have drawn strength from my afflictions and experiences. And this is a message to them that it's not over. As long as I draw breath, I'm going to continue to try and thrive. As long as I said before on our previous podcast, one of dead the dash way, I am certainly not dead. I'm not going to dash for myself. I'm going to try and thrive. I'm going to be the best that I can be. Sky is the limit. If there's a glass ceiling to be broken, I will break the glass ceiling. I want to do impossible things. I want to make my maker proud. I want to be the pinnacle of creation that I was intended to be. I want to do as much as I can with what I have, as go as far as I can go. I don't want to limit myself. I used to limit myself before my illness. I used to be afraid to do a lot of things. But now that fear has subsided somewhat, I'm no longer afraid of taking chances, of just doing when the Holy Spirit say go, just go. And I've realized that when the Lord says move and I move, things happen.
Mhm.
things happen in a positive and miraculous manner. So having all of that experience, I've been addicted to that experience. I've seen my prayers answered, whether over myself or over others. I've seen my way open clear. So I intend to continue getting to feel those kinds of feelings. It's an addictive feeling, and it's good to know that you're on the Lord's side. So I'm here bigging up God all the time for everything that He has done for me, especially, and thanking Him for things that He is doing that I haven't seen manifest as yet. But in faith, I know that He's gonna make a way. He has made a way because I'm living a prayer every single day. Every time I sit back and I just reflect, I realize that, David, you're actually living a prayer that you
Mhm.
prayed some time ago, and this is a manifestation of that prayer. And all I can do is just get overwhelmed and give thanks.
Very good. Thank you. Now, David, you mentioned that your daughter is your caregiver, but she will be going to school in another few weeks. Who will be caring for you at home while you recuperate?
Well, by that time, I am praying that, and I am certain deep down, when you have that certain feeling that things will be okay, I am certain that when that bridge appears, the pathway over it will appear as well. Because God knows, and He has brought me this far. She will be in the same, she'll be in the same vicinity because during her high school days, she was my caregiver as well after the stroke. And even though my wife was abroad, she did a very good job. That is
Mhm.
how she has built up discipline to keep me in check because I'm not an easy person to care for. Very miserable sometimes, very stubborn sometimes, but she has fought the fight with me,
Mhm.
won the victories with me, been through it all with me. So I have set my plans, but as you know, man sets these plans, but God orders the steps. So
Absolutely.
God will make sure that whatever is necessary. I've actually been doing preparations, especially back at my original home,
Mhm.
to make myself in a comfortable position, both in the stroke rehab and with this particular rehabilitation. Because I haven't stopped my stroke rehabilitation. I still have to exercise my arms. I still have to exercise. I still have to do my fine motor skills training. That has not stopped and it continues. A lot of things that were associated with the heart were solved. The swollen legs, the high blood pressure. So I just have to maintain this system and
Mhm.
be disciplined with it. So afterwards, I know that in September she goes to school. I know that God will open up a way because He has a way of working out some stuff last minute.
Mhm.
He's like the bride that shows up for the wedding when you think that she's not coming, and then she just shows up in fanfare. God shows up and He shows out all the time. There are sometimes I just know that someone whispered my name in prayer going
Yeah.
through certain things because God would just show up in an unexpected way. No matter how I try to logically figure things out, God always shows up in an unexpected way, unexpected manner that I couldn't even dream of it working that way. So I
Mhm.
am certain and I have faith that God will work something out for when the transition happens when she has to go to school, and He's going to do it in a manner that will be shocking to me because I think God takes delight in shocking me because I think I know it all, and He just takes delight in showing me that look, you don't know it all, and there are still tricks that I have that you don't even. There are still ways that I have to provide to do things that you don't even know, and no matter how you try to figure it out, when you see my way work out, it's marvelous and glorious. So all I have to do is just open myself to receive that glory and
Mhm.
that marvelosity, if there's such a word. I just invented that word, marvelosity.
Uh-huh. You just coined that one. Well, one day it may end up in the dictionary. You never know. But, David, we want to thank you for being here. And finally, do you have any last words? I don't want to keep you long because you had surgery exactly 1 month ago. So you need to get your rest. Share with us your final words
Okay.
for this podcast.
All right. I'm very careful of last words. But I just want to say to everybody listening, first of all, thanks to everybody who helped, everyone who sacrificed, because a lot of sacrifices were made and they are not lost on me. I just want to give thanks to the team of surgeons that worked on me, to every single person who, after watching the podcast, responded to the call for finances. I want to thank God for working things out the way He did in the best way possible where the surgery was concerned. I also want everybody to know that when you put God first, He will always elevate you, always. So no matter how small it is, whether you're a believer or not, put God first
Mhm.
and you will see the results. Sometimes we don't see miracles because we're not looking out for them because we don't believe that God can do miracles in these times. But He's doing miracles every single day. It might not be fire falling from the sky, it might be a small thing, but the moment we start giving thanks and start counting your blessings, you're going to really see how God has really moved for you, whether you're a believer or not. Just count your blessings, focus on your blessings and not your problems, and your problems will melt away as if they don't even exist. So those are my final words for this podcast. Giving thanks and telling people to focus on your blessings, focus on the good, lift up the good, let the good shine in and through you, promote the good no matter what, and send positive vibes and blessings into the world with every chance that you get. Say something good to someone. You never know when it's the last time you will speak to them. And just live good and live loving. And those are my final words.
Okay, we want to thank David for being here with us today. We want to thank all of you who supported this cause. And now, all the best. See you on the next podcast.